Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. It is tournament morning, if you can't tell, because I got the light sideways on the head. I mean, you know, that's the best part about tournament morning for me, is I feel like I'm just totally disheveled from the time I get up till the time I get on the lake. And it's like once I'm on the lake, it all kind of calms down, it all kind of comes together, and that kind of peace of being out on the water just overtakes me, and then I start to enjoy it. But it's the getting there, it's the anticipation of wondering if I beat everybody to the spot that I wanted to be at, and the getting there process that just gets me all jacked up. But we're here and we're unloaded and we've got the kayak ready, and we're about to get after this thing here in probably 30 minutes. I can get on the water in 30 minutes. It's 6 o'clock right now, and today we're fishing a pretty big tournament. So not only are we fishing the 10 cat, which is our normal tournament series that we fish, that we're, you know, trying to get Angler of the Year in, but I'm also fishing a Tennessee Bass Nation tournament. So I believe there's like 100 kayaks in this thing, and we're gonna see what we can get done. I mean, we won 2 weeks ago. I'm not saying we're gonna win today by any means, but the fish should be biting, and I think it's just gonna be a function of getting out here and figuring out, do they want the slobber knocker, do they want the power blade, do they want a top water, and it's just gonna be about fishing. And so we're gonna get after it here in just a minute. I'm glad that you guys clicked on this video, and hopefully by the end of the day we have another good story to tell, but we got to get there first. So yeah, without further ado, let's get after this thing. All right, boys, good luck. All right, buddy, if you need me, holler at me. Well, boys and girls, here we go. It's almost game time. We've still got 30 minutes, but we can be on the water now at 6:30. So I'm gonna get out here to my spot. The wind is not blowing today like it was the other day, which is gonna help us with the topwater bite. I don't know if it'll help us with the bladed jig and swim bait, but regardless, water's 62-ish degrees. There still should be that alewife spawn going on that we got on a couple weeks ago. There's also should just be a ton more fish up here willing to eat topwater, because we'll actually be able to throw it and stay out on this little main deal that I like to stay on first. So yeah, we're about to get after it, guys. I'm excited about today. My what is my optimism gauge? That's what Greg talks about. My optimism gauge is like at 100 right now, and so we'll see how it is about 9 o'clock this morning. If the optimism gauge is still at 100, then we're doing good. Okay, this is really starting to wear me out now. We've got 10 more minutes. These dudes in this boat tournament have launched. There's already somebody on what I want to fish in a boat. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're going to catch them, because I fished behind guys last week and caught them, but this is just driving me nuts. Like, we should have changed someone should have looked at what was going on here and changed the hours of the tournament from 6:30 to 3 or 2:30 or something, because I've been sitting here for 30 minutes with light, and I don't know, I'm just ready. I mean, I'm ready to go. Like, I think that's my big problem, is I'm just ready to catch some freaking fish, and I'm not doing it right now because I'm just sitting here waiting for the time to tick by. It's 6:53, so I've got 7 more minutes. All right, boys, let's do this. How big are those fish? 16.5 incher. Well, guys, we've caught one fish so far. Yeah, very interesting. I got that one on topwater this morning. Been throwing the topwater pretty consistently, but we're about to go back through what we just fished and just keep on after it. Super strange. I don't know. I mean, today's setting up similar to what set up the other day. The wind's blowing in a different direction. I think that is probably what's hurting me, but doesn't mean that these fish shouldn't be eaten. I really don't know what the deal is, to be totally honest with you, but we picked up the spinnerbait. Did really well last year about this time with the spinnerbait. It was funny. They went from the slobber knocker to the spinnerbait, and so I've got it in my hand. We're gonna throw this for a little while, see if we can pick up a bite. Poor dude. That's crazy. Look at this, guys. He's got a freaking Ned rig in his throat. That's crazy. There you go, guys. 14.5 incher. All right, bite number 2. We need 3 more. Just gotta stay after it here, boys. Just gotta stay after it. Yep. There you go, guys. 17.5 incher. Alright, guys, I picked up a Ned rig. I was pedaling over that point and saw some fish sitting there. Threw at them a couple times with spinnerbait and a slobber knocker, and they wouldn't touch it. So I picked up the Ned rig and got that bite. That wasn't the only blob sitting there, so we're going to see if there's more sitting there. Throw this Ned rig for just a minute. Well, guys, it is 9:25 and we've got 3 fish. We're looking to fill out our limit. I'll be totally honest, today is a heck of a lot tougher than I ever thought it would be. Cloud cover, front moving through, wind. I mean, everything sets up for this lake to fish amazing today. Water's 60 degrees. I mean, it's just perfect for this lake this time of year, but these fish just are not wanting to participate with me. I think what kind of screwed me this morning was not being able to get started until 7. There was a small Like it looks like this little club derby went out of the ramp that I put in at, and there was 2 boats ran in here and just seined all of this in here before I was able to get in here to it. And so it's one of those things I'm kind of having to pick up the stragglers of what they left for me, but I think that Ned rig is going to play in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of power fish down through here, see if I can get big fish to mess up through this area that I've already fished, and just use some different baits. And then I'm going to pick up the Ned rig and drag it for a little while. I mean, because the biggest fish of the day came on a Ned rig, and it may just be one of those things that they've started bedding, you know, they're wanting something slower. You know, I missed that spawn, that whatever spawn I was on last week with those alewives and all that. And so you just got to piece it together. I mean, today feels like a junk fishing kind of day, and I got a feeling that's what we're going to be doing, is just junk fishing until we can piece it together. And we just need 2 more. If I can get 2 more around that 17-inch range, I'm going to feel really comfortable. And then I got to go look for that 19, 20-inch fish, which honestly I'll probably just pick up the coal shad and go and go and go until something comes apart. So yeah, that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay after it. There we go. What is this? A freaking striper on a Ned rig. Huh. Check this out, guys. That on a Ned rig, that is hilarious. That's a good hybrid. I ain't got time for you though, bud. It's fun. We ain't got time for you. I'm kind of game planning right now, honestly. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my day. I do know that it's probably not going to work out here how I want it to work out, and so we're probably going to have to make a move. I just don't know if I want to physically load the kayak up and move somewhere, or if I just want to go straight across and spend the rest of the day on these islands over here, which it's a pedal, but those islands I've had some success on, and I feel comfortable going over there and hopefully getting a bite. I just don't know if I want to do that or if I want to go in the back of this pocket. And there's some trees back there that they'll spawn on, and there may be some moved up spawn. I mean, because the water is 61. Not sure just yet, but probably gonna flip a coin and pick one and just send it and see what happens, because I just need a couple more, y'all. Just a couple more. I mean, if I can get me 2 more 17 inches, hell, 15 inches, I'll take anything at this point. If I can just get a couple more fish, I want to feel a lot better about my situation. But I think I just made it up in my mind. I'm gonna make the big pedal and go across over here to this island and just fish, fish, fish. go. There we go. $12 3/4. Switched up to a drop shot and caught one. So that's number 4, which I'm very happy about because I've been struggling for them. I made a big move, came across the lake like I said I was going to, over here to this island, tied on this drop shot just because of the way these fish are looking on the graph. I've been seeing a bunch in 8 to 10 foot of water, suspended about 2 feet off the bottom. There's a ton of bait fish in here swimming around, and so there's no reason that they shouldn't eat this drop shot because it looks just like what they're probably down there eating, which is bait fish and stuff like that. So we're gonna keep the drop shot in our hand, try to put one more on the board. If we can catch one more, guess what, we got us a limit. And then we can start upgrading from there. So I'm good, I'm happy about that. Makes me happy. Well guys, we got about 2 more hours till this thing is over. I got my 4th fish on a drop shot, and I am throwing the coal shad down this bank here for a minute just to see if there's one sitting up here that wants to eat this thing. It has been tough to say the least. I think what I'm going to do is head back across the lake here in just a minute, because it is going to take me a minute to get back across the lake. And I'm going to fish what I was fishing this morning with the drop shot and see if I can pick up a fish over there doing that. There's also a tree that I'm hoping nobody's fished yet that I want to go check that usually has some spawning fish on it. And so we're going to see if we can put that 5th fish into the boat. I mean, it has just been super, super tough today on me. This is definitely not fishing like it was a couple weeks ago when I was here and I won. And I think a lot of that has to do with that front that moved through in the middle of the night last night. And so really this morning when I got here, we were starting to go post front. And I think between that and just the fact that it thunderstormed lightning last night, which is a weird thing that can make bass not bite very well. I don't really understand that, but I've heard other people say that as well. It's like, it's a known thing. I think between those two things that it's just made it tough today. So we're gonna keep throwing the cold shot here just for a second, because yeah, it's cold shot. I mean, it is a big fish bait, and hopefully I can get a big old green fish or something to mess up and want to eat this thing. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. You just got to keep fishing, keep your head down, never give up, because I mean, any one of these casts, I've always said it could be a big one. And right now with the limit that I have, well, not the limit, but with the 4 fish that I have, if I catch one 19-20 inches long, like, we're going to be in contention. So I'm going to stay after it. There's number 5. Don't be long enough. He ain't gonna be long enough. Nope. Bitch. go. Yep. Okay, GoPros. All right, guys, 15-incher. Phew, 208. Finally got a limit. Lord have mercy. It took longer than I wanted it to. Well, guys, picked up our 5th one on the wacky rig. Lord of mercy, what a grind it has been today. Well, guys, we picked up our 5th one with the wacky rig on that bush. The fish was there that I thought was going to be there. It just didn't end up being the size that I thought it was going to be. But yeah, we've got 5. That's all that matters. We're sitting around 70 something right now, high 70s. I think like 77, 78 inches. Last time I looked, 84 inches was leading it. So we've got 45 more minutes left in the tournament, and we're gonna fish right to the last minute, because I mean, we could mess around here and catch a big one in the back of this pocket. I came back here for the sole reason of knowing that there should be some green fish moved up here, spawning, eating, just, you know, doing all the stuff that green fish like to do when the water hits 63 degrees. There's also some birds back here, but yeah, we're gonna fish our way all the way to the back of this, fish our way all the way out, and essentially just fish our way all the way to the boat ramp, and see if we can coal up before we run out of time. So 45 minutes, let's get her done. All right, boys and girls, we are done. We got 5, and honestly, after today, I feel good about it. Let's go put this thing on the trailer. Well, the rain held off right till the last minute.
We're probably getting ready to start biting right now.
Yep.
Like to have big old walking bait tied on right now.
That's what I caught my first one on this morning.
Papa always say, if you ain't throwing a walking bait in the rain, you're throwing it wrong.
That's right. That's funny.
Can I give you $20 to help me load this up?
You don't gotta give me nothing, man.
I'll buy you dinner.
Hey. Well, boys and girls, I think we will call that one quits for today. We have made it back to the house. We ended up in 10th in both tournaments that we entered, which is pretty good, especially considering that the other 9 guys above me, there was only one other dude that actually fishes in our kayak series. As far as the 10 cat is, they were double dipping because they were fishing the Bass Nation tournament. So I actually got a lot of AOI points for this tournament, which is like an upside to this whole situation. It was a tough tournament, to say the least. We caught 5 fish doing 5 completely different things. That consistent slobber knocker bite that won me the tournament 2 weeks ago was not there. And just the time change where the days are getting a little bit longer. The sun came up just a little bit earlier this week, which allowed the boat tournament that was going out to actually allow those guys to get on the spot before I was able to get there, unlike last week. And I actually watched 2 dudes in a bass boat cut, I won't say they cut me off. They started about 100 yards in front of me, but ended up catching 3+ pound largemouth off the point where I was going to go fish. And so it's just one of those things, you know, just the timing was different. The weather was a little bit different. It just set up a little bit different. The fish were definitely there, and the ability to catch them was there. That herring spawn was there again. But those dudes just beat me to the spot, and that's the way that it shook out today. So 10th out of 60, I'm not mad at it. Absolutely not mad at it, especially considering that those will probably be some good, valuable AOI points, which they'll post those here in a few weeks. But as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. I really, really do. And to the dude that I saw driving down the road after this tournament, I appreciate you very much, too, for watching the channel. Dude rolled down his window and talked to me. I appreciate all you guys like that, but it's just always fun to see you guys out. But anyway, you guys are sweet. We'll see you later.